for the warm welcome, and always great to be back at the British Library and here at the Business and IP Centre, which I'm proud to be an ambassador for. I've titled it Boldness in Business because there is one word I think that you need more than any other word to be an entrepreneur. And this was brought home to me when Arjun Reddy, my partner, and I started Cobra, started in business. And we found a very successful entrepreneur from Hyderabad, the city we hail from. And he was based in Leeds, and we said, look, we just need some advice and inspiration. Can we come up and see you? And he said, come on, catch the train and come up. We caught the train, and he fetched us in his very smart car, and we drove through the streets of Leeds to his house. And as we drove past one street, I owned that house there, then I owned those two houses there. I owned the whole of that side of that street. I owned the whole of that street. And by the time we got to his house, he realized this chap owned hundreds of properties in Leeds, and his business model was very simple. Bought lots of houses and sold them, rented them out to the university for student accommodation. And when we were sitting at his kitchen table, he said he was the name of Lloyd's, and in those days, if you were a name at Lloyd's and the reinsurance market, you had unlimited liability, and he nearly lost everything. And he said, I've realized with successful entrepreneurs that there is this one word that sets us apart, and it's guts, because you have to have the guts to do it in the first place. But more importantly, you have to have the guts to stick with it when others would give up. And I couldn't, in this journey that I've been through, have agreed with that more. Most ideas are very simple. A simple, big idea. Ideally, it's a big idea. And my idea for Cobra was a very, very simple idea. It is always against all odds. So when I started Cobra, Kingfisher, the biggest beer brand in India, had already been here for 8 years. They were brewing in the UK for 5 years. Carlsberg was in every restaurant. Beer brands are ancient. Stella Artois was founded in the 14th century. Grolsch is celebrating his 400th anniversary this year. Kronenbourg, 1664. And we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. And we're about to have a big celebration and put it on our labels and advertise. And we did some research with consumers, and they said, what? Cobra beer, 25 years old? We thought you were 125 years old. So we're low-key celebrations of 25 years. And this term, blue ocean strategy, again, you don't have to come up with something that never existed before. Cobra is an example of blue ocean strategy. Come on, beer's been around for thousands of years. What did I do? I just came up with a way of making beer differently, of putting a lager and an ale together, a refreshment of lager, smooth of an ale combined that would go well with all food and Indian food and appeal to men and women alike, have a globally appealing taste and be really drinkable and extra smooth. Simple. But, blue ocean, that is blue ocean strategy because I didn't invent beer. And the person I met who exemplifies this is Guy de Libertaire, a French-Canadian who was a street performer. And he came up with this idea that was a combination of gymnastics and opera and ballet and music and theatre, circus, Cirque du Soleil, blue ocean strategy. Now, I've been to 3 business schools, and I never did a single case study on luck. There's so much luck that comes into it. When we were importing polo sticks from India, because I captained the Cambridge University polo team on our first ever tour of India, and we'd just beaten Oxford that year, and we were doing really well. My father was still in the Indian Army. And I came back with sample polo sticks. We were in business, and we had this big idea looming. And then we wanted to import seafood from India. And we went to see our mentor. It's very important to have a mentor. And our mentor was a retired Indian businessman in the Edgware Road in London. He said, look, come and see me whenever, Uncle Keshav, sit down, boys. Tell me, how are things going? Oh, dear, we've run out of money again. All right, okay. By the way, we want to import seafood. And he put us in touch with a seafood importer from India. And when we were going through the brochure, we realized this seafood importer, a division of Mysore breweries, the breweries of Pal's beer. And I knew the beer from the Indian Army messes. I said, forget the seafood, this is my beer idea. And of course, that was luck. Next bit of luck, we approached the brewery, they'd never exported beer before. Next bit of luck, the brand names that they had, one was Pal's, which is the name of a dog food here. Another name was Knockout, one boxer having knocked out a boxer, 8% strength. Trading standards would not have allowed that here. No. Okay, look, you're going to fail anyway, so choose your own brand name. Now, just imagine if they'd had an appropriate name, I wouldn't be here standing talking to you. And sure enough, we chose Cobra, which is our most valuable asset, luck. And the next thing, they had the best brewmaster in India. Young, dynamic, spent 6 years in the Czech Republic, had a PhD. The brewers are chemists, biochemists, and he was brilliant. and all that luck came into it. And my best definition of luck is when determination meets opportunity. The recipe for Cobra, all this rage about craft beers. We're the ultimate craft beer. You know, German beers, quite boring. Good beers, by the way, good beers. Malted barley, yeast, water, and hops. We have that, and we have 4 varieties of hops, and wheat, and rice, and maize, and that's what gives it this amazing texture and drinkability. That was our first delivery car, Albert. A bit touched up. Albert was very battered. And I'm not exaggerating, you could see the floor. So if you look down at the floor, you could see the road through the holes in the floor of the car, and it needed push starting every day, and it failed its MOT 3 times. And I don't have many regrets, but one of my regrets is that we abandoned Albert. And we'd park it a little bit ahead of the restaurant so they didn't see the delivery vehicle of the most expensive ever Indian beer. I learned from the restaurant customers very quickly to put the customers first. A lot of them, I'd say, try this beer, extra smooth, less gassy, delicious. Sorry, we don't drink. Because 2/3 of the restaurants are owned by Bangladeshis, Muslims. Religious reasons they don't drink. The other 1/3 Pakistanis, Muslims don't drink, Indians, Sri Lankans, Nepalese. And they say, look, it doesn't matter, we don't drink, it's our customers that matter. If your beer is so great, leave a couple of samples. If our customers like it, we'll put in an order. Why do customers like it? We'll put in a reorder. And they put their customers first, and I've always remembered that. We now sold in, this is out of date, 98.6% of Indian restaurants, and Chinese, Thai, supermarkets, exported to 40 countries. We're breaking into the pubs and bars now, and that's the next big thing for us. My 8 Ps of building a business. So one is product. You've got to have a great product that you're proud of, and we are very proud of Cobra. It's got to be at the right price. Ours is a premium product, so it's expensive. It doesn't have to be. It can be a value for money product, which therefore has to be priced accordingly. No point having a good product at the right price if it's not available. So distribution, which I've just spoken about, where Cobra is available. And you've got to promote your product, sell it, market it, field sales, telesales, all the marketing, PR goes behind marketing product. By the way, anyone who studied marketing, those are your 4 Ps of marketing. My extra 4 Ps, people. Nothing happens without the best people. Finance, spelled PH. You can't do anything without the money. And the biggest challenge in the early days growing the business was raising money. And I could talk to you hours about the challenges of raising money. Passion, you've got to be passionate about what you do. And last, there's no point doing any of this unless you make great profits. You've got to be innovative throughout, and this is an example. You all know these Cobra bottles, and it's the first time in the world a consumer product tells a story visually as part of its packaging. And this was inspiration from Roman, Persian, and Greek columns where sculpture and frieze tells a story. Quite appropriate here at the British Library. And this was our first advertising campaign. Curryholic Dave, our spokesperson. The beer curryholics love. The beer curryholics adore. It lets them eat more. I could go on. And then we made these commercials, and this one was made in India.
Genius! Take our Cobra bottled beer, root for a full flavor, but with less gas!
Saatchi's originally quoted us $1 million to make that commercial. We produced 2 commercials, another one for a fraction of $1 million using Indian directors and Indian production. Right sourcing, not outsourcing. I've nearly lost my business 3 times, Nadine said, and it is tough. And the last time was during the financial crisis, and it was awful. And we managed to each time save the business and the brand. And I can talk more about that if you want in the Q&A. We have our own 10th anniversary of the Cobra Foundation. Really important, I believe, to be from day one to put back in every way that you can. We've supported 170 different charities. We've now just started a new tech venture called Pictoso, which is being used by our sales team as well, which is instant photo sharing. And this is our vision, to aspire and achieve against all odds with integrity. And that is like our motto. And I always say it's a definition of entrepreneurship, that you come up with an idea, you want to get somewhere with the idea, you have all the odds stacked against you, you have little or no means, and you go out there and you make it happen. The title of this talk. And most importantly, you try and do it with integrity and with the right values. And that's, again, something I can talk to you about after we finish. And then I conclude with this.
Meet the boss. By day, he runs a successful beer company, brewing impossibly smooth beer. By night, he runs a successful brassiere company, building impossibly supportive brassieres. By day, premium beer. By night, premium brassieres. By day, outrageously complex recipe. By night, outrageously complex embroidery. By day, glasses. By night, cups. Day, smooth. Night, supportive. He's the boss. And he never sleeps because he's living the dream. Cobra. Live smooth.
Thank you very much.